Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday, October 21st, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. This show, as always, is sponsored by BetUS. 12 Ounce Sports is an official partner now of BetUS. Sign up with an account with them today and use the promo code 12Ounce, 12OZ, that's it. 12OZ, BetUS, they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Also, Zingo TV, channel 761. If you don't have it, download it. It's a free app. You can download it on every streaming device out there. Search it up, Zingo, and then flip over to channel 761, where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And last but not least, Amazon.com. Of course, 12 Ounce Sports has a website out there. It's getting chilly nowadays. Get bundled up. Support the crew by going to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Last show for the week before I sign off for the weekend. And I'll be back like usual on Tuesday of next week, where I will recap everything in the NFL in terms of DFS and hockey. On today's show, huge card, 10 games on the NHL menu. I will break down each game and give you my strong leans, my bets, my plays for tonight. Also, at Tone's Takes, follow him, one of my good buddies out there as well, another Philly guy. Tone and I have a collaboration play, which is the Florida Panthers and the Colorado Avalanche over 6 at -135. You can get that line on MGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever you may go, do it. That's me and Tone. You can follow him at Tone's Takes, another great guy on Twitter, great hockey bettor as well. Great plays. Same with props. He's great with props, hockey props, football props. He does it all. Baseball, basketball, everything. Follow the guy now. He is good at what he does. And that is our collaboration NHL play tonight, which I will get into later on. So I'll break down each game tonight. 10 games on tap. I will go over last night's 2-2 night as well. And I will talk Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos Thursday Night Football. DFS players that I like, I will give you all, of course, a lineup for FanDuel, cash games, of course, and like usual, be on the lookout for my lineup for tonight. Clients, you'll get yours, and a look ahead to Sunday as well. Sunday DFS as well. I have a couple of players in mind, about 3-4 on a cash game lineup, so stay tuned to that. So, without further ado, let's recap what happened last night in the NHL. We go 2-2 last night. Show plays did decent for the most part. Let me just get this for you guys here. Okay, so show plays, we had the Bruins money line was a play last night on my Twitter lineup. That lost. Blues team total over 2.5. That cashed out. Blues Knights over 1.5 first period. You had about 30 shots on goal combined. Only one goal. I liked that spot. I loved it. That's why I put it down for the Twitter crew out there. But unfortunately, we were just one goal short. But hey, what are you gonna do? Life goes on after that. And the clients had the Flyers and Bruins over 5.5 for a unit. Great comeback there. That was a nice and easy, non-sweat bet there for the clients. So they cash on the over. 2-2 overall with a minus a little bit more than a half of a unit loss. 0.60 unit overall. So overall record now for me is 27-37-1 with a minus about a little over 13 units, minus 13.05 overall units. I know it's been a tough week, but not hanging my head down. I've been saying this all week. This is part of the game. If you get upset over a play, gambling is not for you. Just hang with us. Hang with us. We'll be back in action again. It's only been 1 week in the NHL. We will turn things around, and we'll go from there. Simple as that. Show plays yesterday went pretty decent for the most part there. The Bruins game, of course, Bruins money line that lost. Show play that didn't make the card was the first period over 1.5. That cashed out, no problem. He had a 2-1 Flyers score there after the first period, so that cashed out. And then, of course, the over 5.5 was the client play that cashed out as well. Moving on to the Blues, of course, the first period over 5.5. That did not cash out. That was a show play. The Blues on the money line was a show play. That cashed out as well at plus 115 or plus 110, whatever you may have it there. The first period over obviously was a Twitter play. That was on the show as well. That did not cash out. But the Blues team total over 2.5, that did cash out. So all in all, about even for the night. But again, huge card tonight. Let's bounce back. Let's get a good Thursday night of pucks. Thursday nights are very exciting when it comes to sports. You have Thursday night football, you have a lot of hockey now, you have baseball playoffs, NBA just started last night. College basketball is just a couple weeks away. I mean, October into November is a great, great spot when it comes to sports. So, simple as that. All right, so without further ado, let's get into, let's get into the DFS real fast. Let's do NFL DFS, then I'll do a commercial break, and then I'll break down all 10 games for tonight, where I stand. Clients just got their cards released to them not too long ago, so they have 3 plays on the menu tonight, and I will go over all my show plays. So DFS real fast, like I said yesterday, nothing changed. Obviously, besides Baker Mayfield out of the lineup for the Browns, and Case Keenum is, of course, behind center tonight, but I was on Courtland Sutton and Bridgewater, and of course Case Keenum as well. But I do have a lineup out that I like, and this will most likely be a lineup that I give out to Twitter tonight. So if you have to come back and listen to the show, like I said, I always retweet the show out about every hour. So those that missed it or was at work and wanted to catch up with me, I have it here. And then of course all else fails, I have it sent out to you guys. About an hour and a half before kickoff, I will have the lineup released. But as of now, for the MVP, I have Teddy Bridgewater. I also have Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Javonte Williams, and Odell Beckham. Okay, Odell is going to play tonight, and I believe Jarvis Landry is off the IR. He's supposed to be back as well, but we're not sure how healthy he's going to be. He's not going to be 100%. Obviously Beckham had a shoulder injury, but he seems to be okay. So he might be the most reliable weapon out there for the Browns, if they can even do that. The running backs are hurt. You have a third stringer now. So it's going to be a lackluster with that offense. What's going to happen? So really, I would load up your team with Denver Broncos players tonight. So like I said, Teddy Bridgewater as your MVP. I like Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick, not Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, and Javonte Williams. So there you go. That's definitely one of the lineups that I like. Or you could swap Javonte Williams with Melvin Gordon. But if you're in PPR leagues, Javonte's been getting more of the bulk, as he's been getting more action lately for the Broncos, and I do prefer Javonte over Melvin Gordon when it comes to lineups. When it comes to lineups as well. But for me, I just like Javonte, Beckham, Sutton, Tim Patrick, and then of course your MVP, Teddy Bridgewater. So there you have it there. And then for Sunday, when it comes to Sunday's games here, let me get into this real fast before I hit commercial break. Let's do this real fast. Sorry, I have it up. I have it up on my computer, so I just want to give you guys a couple heads up of where I am. All right, so optimal lineups are cash games. I only have 4 players right now. Of course, I will fill the lineup up when it gets to Sunday. But I'll line up DeAndre Swift on the Lions. Receivers are pretty much filled out for the most part. I like T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, and A.J. Brown. Pretty loaded receiving core there for your cash game or optimal lineup. FanDuel lineup there for Sunday. I really do like those guys. So at running back, I have DeAndre Swift. And then receivers, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, and A.J. Brown as of now. If you're tournament players, this is more of a lineup that I have kind of filled out. I'm still missing a couple key components, but for the most part, this is set. Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown, again, lead the tournament lineups for FanDuel, but at quarterback, I have Patrick Mahomes. At running back, I have Joe Mixon. I loved his performance last week, and I expect Joe Mixon to somewhat get rocking and rolling now. And I know it's almost halfway through the season already, and I can't believe it, but I think Mixon is going to get out there and hopefully have a repeat of what he did last week. But Mahomes at quarterback, Mixon at running back. I don't have a running back, tight end, flex, or D installed yet, but my receivers are Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, like I said, matching the cash game lineup. And then I want to take a chance here, Rashad Bateman out of the Baltimore Ravens. So we'll see what he can contribute to the team and go for there. But there you go. Those are your basically my little pieces of bits and pieces of my tournament and cash game lineups for Sunday and Thursday, of course, like I just mentioned earlier. So there you have it for NFL DFS. And on that note, I want to take a quick 2-minute commercial break. And when I get back, the 10-game NHL slate, breakdowns, plays, bets, much, much more. So sit back, relax, grab something cold, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-ounce sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120Z and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick two-minute commercial break with me. This is the Thursday, October 21st, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one and only King of the Ice and fantasy football guru Philly Pete, and we're live on 12-ounce sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Of course, thank you as always for tuning in to this, of course, a huge edition of the NHL tonight, 10-game card. This show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. 12-ounce sports is an official partner of BetUS. Sign up with an account with them today. Use the promo code 12ounce 120Z. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV, channel 761. Download it today. It's a free app. And then once again, go to channel 761 where you'll be hearing today's episode live. And Amazon.com. We have a website out there. Support the crew. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. All right, so we're back. I'm excited. Huge card on tap. 10 games, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Carolina Hurricanes at the Montreal Canadiens. Over-under set at 5.5. Montreal plus 100 on the money line, and Carolina minus 120. This line has been dipping down a little bit. I believe Carolina was at some minus 130 spot. Now they're down to minus 120. This is a sketchy line out there for those that are considering taking the Canes tonight, like me, but this would be the game that Montreal actually wins. Okay, they look terrible, they're lackluster, but this would be the game that Montreal takes advantage of, and they win this game. But like I said, over/under is at 5.5. Montreal 0-2, of course. They're 0-2 at home, 0-2 when covering the puck line, 0-3-1 with the overs. Carolina 1-0 when covering the puck line on the road. They're also 1-0. And 1-1 when covering the overs. So right away, I'm thinking under in this game. I like the under 5.5 in this game. And, as much as I think, this would be the game that the Habs take, at that plus 100, plus 105 line. But I'm the Hurricanes. 75% of the money is going towards the Hurricanes. I can't trust Montreal right now. They're also on my no-bet list right now as well, along with the Jets and the Flames. That's just how it is. I know it's early in the season, but just can't trust them right now. You can't. So give me the Carolina Hurricanes at that small minus 120 money line spot. Again, 75% of the money is heading in that direction. And the under 5.5. And that's where I am between these two teams here tonight in Montreal. Also, next up, we have the San Jose Sharks. Actually, you know what? Carolina and Montreal. A side note here, I do like the first period over in this game. I do like the first period over 1.5. I think you can get that at -115 or -110. I could see 2 goals in the first period and then dying down in the last 2 periods. I could pretty much see a 3-1 Hurricanes win, or 3-2 Hurricanes win. I think it's gonna be close, a little bit closer than what people think. But once again, Hurricanes money line at -120. I like the under full game 5.5, but I like the first period over at 1.5. That's where I'm standing at in this game. San Jose at the Ottawa Senators, over under set at 6. These two teams are coming in playing fantastic hockey right now. Who would have thought that the Sharks would be undefeated right now, and Ottawa 2-1. I mean, they're playing pretty darn good as well. But this game over under is at 6. Ottawa is opened up at -115 down to -105. So obviously some money swaying that way, but this is a pick'em game. 65% of the money though is on Ottawa tonight, and San Jose is getting 35% of the money too. Right off the bat, I like the over 6. I like the way that these two teams have been scoring. San Jose put up 5 against the Habs the other night. They're playing really good hockey. You can't go wrong there. Over-unders, they are 1-1, in their first 2 games. Ottawa is 0-3 with the overs in their first 3 games. So, of course, that might scare off backers, but I just think that these two teams offensively can score. We've seen that. I believe Ottawa could put about 3 in, and the way the Sharks have been scoring, I think they could put in 3 as well. And boom, there's your over right there automatically, no matter what. So unless we get a 4-2 or some sort of a difference there, but I see the game going over 6 here. I truly do. That's more of a heavier lean for me in this game compared to a side. But if I were to take a side here, I got to give props to the Sharks. I really do. I mean, they've been playing very magnificent hockey as of late. Spanked the Habs. I mean, they're playing good. No one expected this. Same with Anaheim. No one expected Anaheim to be playing pretty darn good. And granted, same with Buffalo, but granted, it's only been a week of hockey. I get it. We'll see what happens, in the next week, this week, and the upcoming, in the season, of course. But I really think the Sharks are playing magnificent hockey. And I like the Sharks here. I like the Sharks here at that small line here, -115 on the money line, going to Ottawa. And I like the over 6. So over 6 is more of a play for me than anything, than a side. And a small lean on the first period over as well. Again, I do think we get there in the first period, just the way that these two offenses have been playing. And that's where I'm at. Sharks on the money line, over 6 and over. First period, 1.5 goals between Ottawa and San Jose. All right, moving on. We have the Colorado Avalanche at the Florida Panthers. Over-under set at 6.5. Again, this is the collaboration that me and Tone has. Yes, you can follow him at Tone's Takes. A great guy, another Philly guy. Got to respect the elders here. And, our boys, our Philly boys representing the crew. So our collaboration play here tonight is the over 6 at -135 for a unit. That is on MGM. That's also on DraftKings and FanDuel. You can get that number. Try to avoid the hook if you can. Right now it's over 6.5 at basically even money at +100. Maybe +105 if you can. But we're on the over 6 at -135. Him and I, and that's where we are. That's a heavy, probably my favorite over of the night right here is Florida and Colorado. We know how the offenses are. And this is a pick'em game. This is absolute pick'em game. Florida -115 on the money line. Colorado is -105. 70% of the money is on Florida here tonight, and 30% of the money is on Colorado. To me, and some other stats real quick. Colorado is 2-0-1 with the overs in their first 3 games. Florida is 1-1-1 in their first 3 games. But the last 5 of 6 games, head-to-head between these two, it's going over the total. So be aware of that. This is why I'm a big fan of this over here tonight. So I recommend you get it. 6.5, I still consider the 6.5, of course. But if you could buy out on the hook at 6 at -135, take that. Again, that's a collaboration play between Tone and I. And when I'm looking at this game here, I mean, this is going to be a great game. I mean, I think this is going to be probably the best game on the card tonight. I really do. Two explosive offenses. I expect fireworks in the first period. But I'm on Colorado. They usually got their asses beat against the Caps the other night, 6-3. Just didn't look well. They did not look good at all. They had signs of coming back, tying up the game, but the Caps just took advantage. And just gave the Avs a hard time. They really had. But I'm on the Avs here tonight. I like the Avs on the money line at minus 105. You might be able to get them at plus 100, so shop around at some specific books that you have. But I'm on the Avs, minus 105 on the money line. I also like the first period over in this game as well. Again, I see fireworks right off the bat between these two teams. It's going to be a very exciting game. And the over 6.5, like I said, over 6 really is what I have right now. But if you have 6.5, I would consider taking the over there as well. So that's how I'm feeling between Colorado and the Florida Panthers down there and Sunrise. Next up, Washington Capitals at the New Jersey Devils. Over-under set at 6. Capitals minus 125 on the money line. And the Devils at plus 105. Yes, the line went down, obviously, and obviously because of the Jack Hughes story. Obviously he's out. And I believe in net tonight you have Scott Wedgwood. So let me just confirm that real fast. Scott Wedgwood is likely to be in net tonight for the Devils, so that's where you stand there. Over-under, like I said, is at 6. These two teams have been playing pretty good. Devils have been playing very well as well. Capitals is just the same too, but losing Jack Hughes, a big contributor to the Devils, is going to be tough for them to just stick around. And I just think the Capitals are the better team in this game here, and I really do. I like the Caps here at minus 125. 70% of the money is actually on the Caps here tonight too. So you're thinking what I'm thinking here, and that's where I'm going. I like the Caps money line, minus 125, very small. It's going to move up, obviously, because of the news. And I like the over 6. I do. I like the over 6 here. I think we're going to get some goals. We have. I mean, Caps have been scoring at will, and the Devils as well. And when it comes to the over-unders here, Devils are 1-0-1, and the Caps are 1-1-1. So, I mean, that's how I'm at. That's where I'm at. So overall, Caps money line minus 125 and the over 6 there between the Washington and New Jersey there tonight. A lot of 7 o'clock games too, nonetheless. All right, here we go. New Jersey, the New York Islanders at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Over under set at 5.5. Islanders minus 145 on the money line, and the Columbus Blue Jackets at plus 125. They've been, again, another team that's been playing very, very well lately. But this is also as much as the Islanders are getting a minus 140, minus 145 line, this is more of a pick'em game, I think. 60% of the money is going on the Islanders, and 40% of the money is heading towards the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus, like I said, is playing extremely well, and they're playing good hockey at home. They're playing good. They're obviously, they're 1-1 at home, but they're playing very good, covering the puck line that is 1-1. When it comes to the over/unders, Columbus is 1-2, and Islanders are 1-1. So, but I just think the Islanders, being 1-2, they're better than what the record shows. I think they really are. They truly are. Again, a cup favorite of mine to win this year again. But couple side notes here. Obviously, opposite records right now. Islanders dropped 2 of their first 3 games this season, while the Jackets have won 2 of 3. With that being said, the Islanders come in off a win against the Jackets, are basically in off a win, while the Jackets are fresh off a loss in Detroit, and Detroit absolutely murdered Columbus. Columbus coming home is going to be a little bit upset about that. That's why this to me, I feel like this is a back and forth game. But the Isles are 16-7 after losing 2 of their last 3 games over the last 2 seasons. They also outscored opponents by an average margin of 0.8 goals in that spot. Meanwhile, the Jackets have been outscored by an average of 0.7 goals when coming off 2 wins in their last 3 games over 2+ seasons. So, it just shows you that, these teams, they as much as the Jackets have been playing pretty darn good. I really do like the Islanders in this matchup here tonight. Give me the Islanders, minus 140 on the money line, minus 145. And I'm leaning the under 5.5 in this game. All right. I have about 6 minutes left, and I have 5 games to talk about. So let's get moving on. So Isles, money line, and the under 5.5. Calgary at Detroit, over/under set at 5.5. Detroit's at plus 115 on the money line. Calgary minus 135 on the money line. 65% of the money is going towards Detroit there at that plus 115 spot. 35% of the money is going towards Calgary. Detroit's playing pretty good hockey as of late for a young team that they are. In the beginning, we had no one had thoughts about this team being actually decent, but I know it's early in the season. I can't trust Calgary right now. Flames are on my no bet list, like I said, as of now. So that means I'm going to Detroit tonight. I am. I do like Detroit more as is. It's just Calgary's another tough team. Just like Winnipeg. I know Winnipeg has COVID issues, but Calgary's a team just like the Habs. You can't trust them yet until they actually win a game. So I'm on Detroit here tonight at that plus 115 spot. This is a good spot, I think, for Detroit at home. A nice win against Columbus. They have a nice little ride going. Hockey Town's going to be lit tonight. Calgary has to prove me wrong, but I'm on that. I like that dog tonight. I like that plus 115. You can shop around. You can probably even get plus 120. If need be. And if I'm looking at this game here, I'm once again looking at the under 5.5. Books are still showing at 6. Okay, if you get 6, I still love the under. Under 6, under 5.5. That's how I'm feeling there. And then the Detroit Red Wings money line at plus 115 or plus 120, whatever your book has. All right, next up, Rangers at the Nashville Predators. Another pick'em game. Over/unders at 5.5. 50% going each way when it comes to the money. Nashville 1-2, 0-3 when covering the puck line, and 1-2 when it comes to the over/unders. Rangers 2-1 they come in, 2-1 when covering the puck line on the road, and 0-3-1 when it comes to the over/under. So again, this is trending under as well. That's where I'm feeling. I like the under 5.5 in this game, and I like the Rangers. Give me a little bit of those rags tonight. I just feel like they are the better team on paper. And again, like I said the other day, no one's scared to go into Nashville anymore. Nashville used to be that team that everyone feared to go on the road and play. Music Town. That's just how it is in Nashville. It's just loud. It's a great environment. But since that run they had a few years ago, it's not the same. So give me the Rangers here on that small money line at minus 105, and I also like the under 5.5 between the Rangers and the Nashville Predators. All right, Anaheim Ducks at the Winnipeg Jets. Over/under set at 5.5. Winnipeg, minus 185 on the money line. DraftKings has them at minus 200 now. Not my taste at all. 75% of the money is going towards Winnipeg. 25% of the money is going towards Ducks at that plus 165 spot. Anaheim, like I said, playing good on the road. They're 2-0 when covering the puck line, so that's something to consider. 1-3 with the over-unders. So obviously right now they're trending on the under. Winnipeg 2-1 when it comes to the overs. And again, that Minnesota game, you got goals aplenty there as well. Winnipeg's home tonight as well. But again, quick look at this game. I'm not going to take a side here again because I can't really trust Winnipeg at the moment. But I'm going to take the Ducks puck line at plus 1.5. I think you can get that at minus 140, minus 145. Again, shop where you are. Look at different books. I think the highest I've seen was minus 150, but I do like that plus 1.5 puck line spot at minus 140, between minus 140 and minus 150. But I'm definitely an Anaheim backer here tonight until Winnipeg eventually gets cleared up because they have a lot of issues going on. Maybe even sprinkle a little bit on the money line at plus 165. That would not be bad, knowing how decent Anaheim has been playing. They're a pesky group. And again, the way these teams have been scoring and giving up goals, you got to take the over. I like the over 5.5 in this game. Anaheim scored 5 against Edmonton. Winnipeg gave up 6 to Minnesota and scored 5 against Minnesota. So, I like the over. I like the over 5.5 in this game. And Anaheim puck line plus 1.5 and sprinkle a little bit on that money line at plus 165. Vancouver at Chicago, over/under set at 6. Chicago minus 135 on the money line. Vancouver plus 115. 60% of the money is going to Chicago. Again, this over/under, both teams, Chicago's 2-1-1 with the overs. Vancouver 2-2. These teams have been. Vancouver's 2-2 when covering the puck line on the road. Chicago's 0-1. But I think tonight we see Chicago's win. And that's where I'm staying. I like the Blackhawks here in the money line at minus 135 to get their first win of the season at home. And I do slightly lean on the over 6 in this game as well. And last but not least, before I head off, Edmonton Oilers at the Arizona Coyotes. Edmonton minus 200 on the money line. 80% of the money is going towards them. Again, I'm on Edmonton. I like Edmonton first period, minus a half goal as well. You can probably get plus 115, plus 120. I like the first period over in this game as well. If you have over 2, you can get plus 135 odds. But the over 1.5 is at -145. I love the over first period in this game, and Edmonton first period as well, -0.5 goal. Give me the over 6 as well. You know these teams can score. Arizona can score at home as well. And, of course, give me Edmonton in regulation at -120. Again, I like that as well. Edmonton in regulation, -120. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all had fun, and have a great weekend. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll talk to you guys. Let's cash. Bye.